guys, if we're going to discuss the key intrinsic pedagogy and fundamental paradigm differences between Western boxing and Chinese boxing, it can be summed up in one phrase: Lin Seal Dai Da, the Mandarin phrase for simultaneous attack and defense. In Western boxing, it's very fast rhythm. Everything is off of this knock-knock rhythm, the 1-2, the slip counter, yet it's always the second knock that's the strike. Knock, knock. In Chinese boxing, it's a lot quicker, a lot more direct. The first knock is a simultaneous block and strike. By the second knock, it's already the second strike. Is this going to work all the time? Of course not. It's something you're going to have to use strategically at a time when you're coming in, when you're already using head feints or multiple attacks like a triple jab in order to set up the entry, or if you're in a small space, like literally like an elevator, and there's a self-defense scenario which requires you being in an elevator and you can't use that Mike Tyson peekaboo stance. You literally can't even shift side to side. So definitely a small quarters, close quarters, small system based off of that Wing Chun, though that fixed elbow principle, but a little bit longer in that with Chinese boxing, with Junfan Chinese boxing, you find these triple combinations, and it kind of incorporates a little bit of Northern Shaolin, a little bit of that long fist feeling, and a little bit more of a practical feeling than just Wing Chun, which of course is practical. Like I said, if you're in an elevator, think about it. If you're in a really, like they say, fighting in a phone booth, nobody could literally fight in a phone booth, but take that space and multiply it by 4 or by 6, like the size of a large elevator. If something were to happen in there, you would have maybe have your kids with you or something. You couldn't back out. You don't have a space to, rhythm fight and range fight and leg kick. Like I said, you literally don't even have space to do the Mike Tyson thing and do the head feints. And you don't have space to do that because that requires loading up on one leg. There's literally something behind you. That's where this Chinese boxing, this small system with its disarms, with its cross grabs, which you'll never find in traditional boxing. They train you right off the bat never to block with the opposite arm, and yet that's the foundation of Chinese boxing, because you're looking to set up these wrist locks and arm bars, and as is like the Northern Shaolin, the snake influence of the snake crane of Wing Chun, which is obviously, you gotta say, it's at least a large percentage of Jeet Kune Do. So just some thoughts there. As I said, first and foremost, the difference is Western boxing, slip, hit, slip, hit. Chinese boxing, Lin Seal Dai Da, as they say in Mandarin, block and hit at the same time, block and hit. And also in boxing, like, we have this natural rhythm. Even when you're moving forward on the line, Kenny Weldon, rest in peace, what a great coach, fighter, human being. Funny guy too. He used to always say, we get the fighter on the evaluation line, we can see right off the bat where they're at skill-wise. And what he would always stress is that their head needed to be moving, bogeying, bumping from side to side as they moved forward. Then he could tell they were a real fighter if he stepped in their gym. If they just came in there and said, hey, I want to spar, and started moving forward on the line like this, it would be antithetical toward him actually throwing that guy in there with a pro, because he knows that they're going to get hurt. So my point being, Chinese boxing is the exact opposite. It's like Tai Chi and Kung Fu. You don't have that natural, what you do in Muay Thai, what you have in boxing, what Freddie Roach taught us, Andy Nance taught us growing up, all the great coaches, which is that you kind of like, whether you're moving left and right, you have this natural sway, which is, how you like walk around and stalk and fight when you're not shuffling or rhythming or doing these other footwork patterns. So that having been said, Chinese boxing, totally different. You literally are moving like a robot. It's not so much a range fighting, but you can incorporate it when that range fighting comes really into close quarters. So just some thoughts there about fundamental practical uses of Chinese boxing, because everybody argues about style. I got Kung Fu, I got karate, I got Taekwondo, I got this style. and they're all so viable. We can take from all these different styles, ground fighting, wrestling, you know, everything. So let's incorporate what is useful and not argue about semantics and words and semiotics and styles, and actually get to the heart of the real teaching and what is fundamentally useful and invaluable, which is increasing our knowledge base.